in terms of the new lineup, you can see where we've gone. About 80% of our tour players play a combo set.
Yep.
And that's the whole idea, 100 all the way through 350. They're designed to blend together.
Yeah.
Strike.
Hi everyone, it's Matt from AF Golf Store, and today we're very lucky to be at TPC Woburn at the Titleist Fitting Centre with Matt, who is their fitting and education manager. We are going to be looking at the new T-Series irons. I think there's 6 new exciting products that we're going to look at, talk a little bit about the tech, who they're for, and go from there.
So in terms of current ball flight, current irons, what's the feedback?
Yeah, really happy with the iron. Played T100s now since they came out, the first iteration. Yeah, really like the look, feel.
Yep. And typical ball flight, would you call it high, low, right to left, left to right?
I would say I have quite a generic mid-flight. I don't really shape the ball a whole lot.
Cool.
Yeah, very neutral. If anything, it might just move a little left.
Yeah. And I always like this question, if I could make your current irons better, what would we do?
Probably a little bit easier to launch at times. Yeah, a little bit easier to launch, especially in the longer irons.
Yeah.
But to be honest, not a lot.
Okay,
I do like them.
Yeah, good baseline.
I do like them a lot. If they go a little bit further, great.
Yeah.
But if they don't, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. Okay, all yours.
Thank
New
you.
T1.
So, more satin finish.
Looks a bit different.
Yeah.
Like, is that a good thing or a bad thing for you?
Good.
Cool. Sleek?
I play raw wedge because I don't like it shining.
Okay.
So that duller look looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
That felt good.
It was nice. Cool.
It felt hotter.
Okay.
That one especially, a little like it went more forward.
Yeah, so all good things so far?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Prefer the sleeker look.
Yeah.
Feels a bit quicker.
Awesome.
Definitely.
All right, let's try new T150.
So the screw in the back of the head?
Yeah, so that's good spot initially. That's going to be for adjustable weight.
Okay.
So that's only for our fitting heads.
Yeah.
I'll not give too much away until we've cycled through these, but good spot, it's for adjustable weight in the head.
Okay. So like the woods.
Yeah, so you can imagine where we're going to go with that.
Yeah.
All right, T150. Whenever you were fitted previously, did you explore T150?
I did like it in the previous model.
Okay.
Kind of the look and the feel.
Yeah.
Size obviously being a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
I actually didn't like that it went too far.
Okay. Yeah,
Like
and again,
it kind of confused. It would like semi confused me a little bit.
Yeah.
The yardages.
yeah,
Like I was hitting it almost a club further,
yeah,
but I just quite liked the fact that T100 was still around that yardage I like of sort of 160, 165.
again, kind of buys into that 3D story with us.
Yeah.
That front to back dispersion. Strike. In terms of golf courses that you typically play,
Yep.
parkland, links, mix?
It's called downland.
Yeah.
It's basically heather without heather.
Okay.
So slightly on top of a hill, quite fast and runny.
Yeah, firm in the summer?
Firm in the summer.
Yeah.
Firm in the winter because we're on chalk.
Yeah, okay.
So it's,
nice.
it's always dry. You wear white shoes all year.
They stay clean.
Yeah.
Strike.
Yeah, it's a shame I pulled that.
Yeah.
Seemed to launch quite high
Yeah.
for a pull.
One more.
Just need to turn your shoulders less. That's better. Better.
Strike.
Thank you.
So if you had to rank that one for me,
Probably the best strike.
best strike.
Yeah, again, it looked hotter.
Yeah.
Looked quicker.
Stronger flight.
Stronger flight, definitely.
Cool. In terms of feel versus T100?
Very similar, maybe like pitched a tiny bit higher in sound, but not drastic.
Cool. So all new T250.
Yep.
Thoughts on prior gen T200?
Good club.
Yep.
Not the best in terms of look compared to maybe some of its competitor.
Okay.
However, that looks unreal.
Pretty sleek.
So clean.
Awesome.
Looks great. I like that it doesn't have the
muscle plate.
chippy kind of clicky sound on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks shelf appeal wise, really sexy.
Awesome. Cool. Same process for me. 3 or 4 with this.
Launched high.
Yeah. Would you have done many combo sets? 150, 200?
Not 150, 200.
Okay. More so 100, 150?
Yeah, a few 100, 200s.
Yeah.
A few, not loads.
Yeah. Strike.
That felt good. Definitely a little louder.
Yeah.
But actually still feels very, very soft.
And looks over the ball?
Nice.
Excellent.
Very nice. Doesn't look hugely big,
Yeah.
or bigger, I should say.
Yeah.
Still looks like there's a good amount of loft on there, even though it is probably a little stronger. It doesn't look really, really low lofted compared to some others.
Good. It's for me where we would categorize this club as players distance iron.
Yeah.
It's a really good looking club.
Yeah, definitely a great looking club.
Alrighty. 350. Ultimate game improvement iron. Let's see what we think.
Again, looks great.
Yeah, sit in the bag nicely.
Yeah.
Strike. Awesome. Look, sound and feel on that one?
So starting to look a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Which for me, not a good thing, but for other people will be.
Yeah.
More friendly.
Yeah.
Really clean. Slightly duller finish.
Yeah.
Weirdly, it sounds better than T250 in my opinion.
Okay.
Sounds more muted.
Yeah.
Like that was really quiet.
Yeah, it was. Sounded absolutely flush too.
Yeah.
Find in the centre. Last one for us.
That one there just felt really nice.
Nice and straight. We've got plenty of good ones for
Really
that.
thin.
And lastly, we have our all new T250 launch spec.
Okay.
All right, so it's going to be a 35-degree 7-iron. Exact same construction as T250, but a little bit different. Again, I'll not give too much away, but 35-degree 7-iron.
Oh.
That's a different window.
How high is that?
That's a different window. All yours.
I reckon that was 12 foot higher.
Yeah. It's whenever you have to change your neck position to follow it in the air.
Yeah, your eyes aren't used to it.
Yeah.
I mean, even that a bit thin.
That's awesome.
Has launched very high.
How good is that? One more for us.
Oh my God. We'll go with those other
Stop
ones.
there.
Yeah.
All good. Thoughts on that?
Really nice.
Yeah. Cool product?
Good product. Definitely going to be good for someone that's maybe a bit slower than I am,
Yeah.
that needs to pop it up but needs a bit of forgiveness, or alternatively someone that hits it very hard with lots of like forward shaft lean or taking loft off that then hits it, you know, landing angle 40 degrees.
100%.
Definitely going to hit it high, like that one we said was
Yeah.
really high to my eye.
So if we have a look, yeah, peak height 90,
Yeah.
land angle up to 48, you can see it's doing exactly what it should. And I think exactly the category of golfer you're talking about, whether it's lady, senior, junior golfer,
Yep.
potentially not as much speed as you,
Yeah.
that's going to help them.
Something about 80,
Yeah.
70, 80.
Probably 70, 80, I would
Yeah.
see it as well. But really cool product.
Definitely.
All right, let's have a look at what we did. Visually, I'm assuming preference on T100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like the current iron.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Cool.
not a lot. As I said, not a lot I'd want to change from my current one because I like it.
Yeah, of course. I think for me, you've always got to take that into account. Putter, driver, irons, whatever it is, you've got to like what you're looking down
Yeah,
at.
definitely.
That's a good start, and then you can go from there. So, if we have a look at these, let's just cycle through. Get rid of that. T100, in and around your number as well.
Yeah, on the better ones, yeah.
Yeah. T150, again, pretty
good.
T250.
Consistent.
Yeah, so if we look at that 3D story again,
Yeah.
front to back, I know we've got one a little bit left,
Yeah.
but those other four are seriously
very
impressive.
Good, yeah.
Into our T350 again,
Good grouping.
grouping, nice and tight, and then into our LS, which if we look at these three, it's doing what it should.
Absolutely.
So in terms of the new lineup, you can see where we've gone. About 80% of our tour players play a combo set.
Yep.
And that's the whole idea, 100 all the way through 350. They're designed to blend together.
Yeah, you can see that looking down at them. It's not that huge difference visually from
Yeah.
one to another.
Yeah, and I think that's really important. Again, if you are comboing a set or chucking different models in there, it's really important that you don't have a drastic difference. I know it can work,
Yeah.
but typically most golfers will want to see something pretty seamless.
Definitely agree.
Cool. Let's see what we end up with. Let's go T1 to start. For me, I'm just going to see a couple more current shafts.
Yep.
You've obviously played it. To me, it works. So let's go a couple more at A1. And then with our new SureFit chart, I think it'd be cool to mess around a little bit with loft, offset, bumps.
Yeah, definitely.
See what we can do. Any other iron shafts you've played in the past and have or haven't liked?
So haven't liked was KBS Tour.
Okay.
Like most people, I had S300 at a point, just a
Yeah.
standard DG.
Yeah.
I had AMT White, I didn't really like that.
Any particular reason why?
I couldn't honestly tell you.
Okay,
I think
just-
it was a balance point in the long clubs. It felt too different because of the change in weight.
Yeah.
I think my brain struggled with it.
Yeah.
And I've never liked any Project X shaft.
Okay. Sounds similar to me.
They just feel dead.
So I play this as well, and I would say I've had a fairly similar experience with the other shafts,
Yeah.
similar to you.
I mean, that's just me as a golf shot.
There's a reason it works, right?
7-9, yeah.
Yeah. So there's your straight back in, a few more swings. There's your 120 ball speed. That land angle at 50. It's coming down a little bit steeper.
Yep.
But still 161 carry.
Yeah, that's fine for me.
So you're getting
that's
your
what I'd expect.
carry number and a little bit steeper here. And stop it on the greens. Obviously we can
Spun a lot
test
as well.
Yeah.
That's
Golf
pretty good.
shot. Go one more for me, but it's doing what it says in the tin, really.
Yep.
In terms of your prior gen T1s, did you leave those at standard loft?
Yeah, standard lie loft, just the half long.
Yep.
It's the only different from being very standard.
Yep. Three absolutely flush.
Yeah.
Just call it quits.
Good strike on that one.
Well done.
Thank you.
Nice work. Ball speed up again. It's nice. Let's have a look at all three of those. Grouping, really impressive. Front to back, good. 120 ball. Launch at 16, pretty much exactly where we'd want to see it. Land angle at 49. 64 carry, 71 total. So
It's pretty much what I'd expect. I'd say the biggest difference between that and potentially my current one from testing is it does seem to be spinning more.
yeah, and I agree. I think there's
I'm
definitely
typically like 6.5.
okay. And happy with where it sits.
Yeah, I mean, I hit it normal-ish height, I would say. But having more spin when you need to hit a stock shot obviously isn't a problem as long as it's not too high. So
100%.
obviously that's going to stop very quick on a green,
Yeah.
which is obviously a good thing.
It is a good thing, and we'll test that into the longer irons in a minute. But we have done something interesting here.
Yep.
Standard 7-iron loft has gone to 33.
Okay.
So previously 34, we've moved it to 33 for two reasons. It gives us more possibilities in the offset bounce ballpark for the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
And then also we got plenty of feedback from the LPGA that they loved old school T100S.
Okay, yes.
Which was that sleeker package at 32 degrees aloft. So this now sitting at stock 33 gives us the option to go both ways.
Either way, yeah.
Yeah. And again, with new SureFit chart, let's test this in one stronger and see what we get.
Okay. So this is now 32.
We're going to move it to 32.
Cool.
Make sense?
Makes sense. If you had just changed the lie angle or said you changed something else, I don't know if I would notice it.
Yeah.
It does maybe look a touch stronger.
Okay.
That was Healy, but not bad.
Yeah.
It's missed by about 7 yards, so.
And take it. Catches that right side of the green.
Absolutely.
Strike.
So it looked like it launched lower.
Yeah, agreed. How'd that feel?
It's very solid.
Yeah.
Feels really nice going through the turf.
So if you have a
Like
look,
it feels quick through the turf.
feels quick. Awesome. And again, we've moved that loft slightly stronger, so it should technically get through that turf. If you look at that last one, we've got our 120 ball. Launch has come down to 15 versus 16.5.
Yep.
Spin now sub 7. Probably where you like it, but still land angle, you said above 45.
Yeah, still strong.
We're 46. And then your 65 carry number.
Yep.
Nice set of numbers.
They work, don't they?
That'll play.
That will play. Get it there. Bit late on it, but that got nice and high.
Fraction. Just go one more for me with that.
So,
No worries. Strike.
better.
Yeah. Nice. So I just want to see again, we're happy with that strike.
Yeah.
You can see what that number is. That for me, sort of peak height 91, sorry, ball speed at 120, launch at 16, spin sub 7 for that 7-iron. Again, hitting that 164 carry number.
Yeah.
It's in a good spot.
That's nice. I like that.
Awesome. Right, just while we have you today, I'm going to give you the new AMT Silver.
Okay.
And just see what we think. It's going to sit between the black and the white.
Yep.
We'll see if we notice any difference.
Felt good.
Swing.
Shaft feels lighter.
Okay. Is that a good thing or a bad thing for you?
Probably, if anything, slightly bad.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like I can swing it almost too quick and then less control.
And lose your timing.
Which is why getting fit is very important.
Massively. I'll stop you there with that. For me,
It's nice.
nice to test.
Yeah.
But there has to be a reason to switch shaft. I see it as kind of timing belt.
Yep.
All that's designed to do is sync you up.
Yeah.
Find the middle of the club head.
100%.
That's it. All right, all we're doing, we're going back to A1.
Okay.
I just want to see where that spin number is living to be sure on whether we're going one strong or leave them where they're at.
Yep.
I fully
Perfect.
understand as well. You find it easier to take a little bit of spin off and knock it down and take that degree off. So potentially leaving it at A1. Give me 1 second. And if you had to be picky, where would the miss be, right or left?
I mean, it's generally right.
Yeah.
I'm not too upset with it being right.
Yeah. You know what you're getting.
Yeah. Smidge fat,
Yeah.
but only a smidge.
Yeah.
Stays in the air well.
It does. It's a lovely flight. Very neutral too.
Yeah.
Even that last one probably wasn't absolutely perfect.
Tiny bit skinny, yeah.
And you're still seeing that 120 ball speed number.
Yeah.
Spinning around 7,000. It's really, really strong.
Yeah, you kind of feel like that shot on any or sort of other clubs, you'd get low spin, wouldn't land that well.
Yeah.
Ah, that's a shame. Strike was pure.
This one will be really interesting. So, obviously slightly left there as well. I'll give away another little secret about our new T1. We've got progressive grooves.
Okay.
Right, so from 7-iron to wedge, we've now got a different groove, which we're hoping we're going to see a little bit more spin retention. So for me, that last shot,
Didn't go that.
it's a perfect example.
Yeah, you'd expect to lose 500 more, maybe.
Yeah. So again, if you look at what we're trying to do with blended sets, and if you look at links rough, wet golf ball, wet turf, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's a little wet today.
Yeah, those progressive grooves are really, really keeping the spin on the ball, which is great.
What's different about it?
So they're going to be a steeper wall in the groove. You could say more similar to a Vokey groove.
Okay.
Which is going to keep more spin. Golf shot.
That's nice. Again, really like the flight.
Yeah. It's in a really nice window for me. And obviously that launch and spin work as that sliding scale as well. One goes down, the other's got to go up and vice versa. It's in a really nice spot.
Is this one upright?
Yeah. Good eyes.
Fit as nose.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. So in terms of set makeup, play a 4 currently.
P2 4, yeah.
And then what's it after the 4?
18-degree fairway wood.
Okay.
I do have a 3-iron that I chop in and out if it's A, really bouncy, or B, really windy.
Okay, cool. And in terms of carry number on the 4 and then the 18-degree, what would you see typically?
So about 200 on the 4,
Yeah.
5 wood, I can get it, stock shot's about 220.
Yeah.
But I can sort of hit a bit of a chippy one, 210 if I want to.
Nice. And what is the current 3-iron that you have?
So U500, the
U500.
first one.
Awesome. In graphite?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we have a look at these numbers, we know well struck, happy with 7-iron has lived around 120 ball speed. The way that we'll then gap that is ball speed gaps.
Okay.
So we are looking for gaps of 5 per club.
Okay, that's really good to know.
So we'll now test a 5 and a 4. Obviously with that 7 living at 120, we're going to give you a T100 5.
Yep.
And we want to see that at 130.
Yep.
That's basically going to ensure that we see the correct gapping in terms of yardage, but also peak height, so that we maintain that stopping power and land the ball close to the pin.
Perfect.
Make sense?
Yeah, I think for average club golfer, top end gapping gets really tight, and I think they probably don't quite understand that 5 mile an hour is a really, really good number to just have in the back of your mind. Fitting purpose, really good.
Yeah.
We're quite lucky that we get some of the pre-built 4-5 irons as well at the AF Golf, so you can give someone that and immediately see whether they need a slightly stronger iron to help maintain that distance. That's really helpful.
Awesome. And especially as we lose, or golfers lose club head speed as well, exactly as you said, we're not going to be able to generate those gaps.
Yeah.
So you don't always potentially need 14 clubs.
No.
Yes, we want all the tools we can get, but if you can't generate those gaps, we don't want them bunching up together.
Yeah.
All right. T100 5.
Thank you.
Awesome. So straight away, 129 ball.
Okay, perfect.
Carry up to 184, total 195.
184.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Awesome. Can't miss.
Need a bag full of 5 irons.
Can't miss. Well done.
Cheers.
Thank you. Yeah, so you can see, and again, if we look at that test, it's in a really nice spot. Good work. Exact same test with a 4.
Thank you.
Again, visuals on these T100s, 4 and 5. What do you think?
Yeah, obviously a little bit longer than the 7-iron. Fine for my eyes.
Yeah.
Again, just like the slightly matte or satin finish.
Awesome. Golf shot.
Bit tired, I think.
Yeah. I'll stop you there. So what we also have, and I just wanted to leave it until the end, talking about that land angle number, we've now got this muscle channel.
Okay.
Similar to 150.
Yep.
In T100 3 and 4.
Okay.
So again, the whole idea is let the face flex, ball speed, and again, peak height and carry.
Okay.
So you'll now see that in the 3 and the 4 in T100.
Okay, perfect.
Which is a brilliant add to the lineup. For the purpose of today, I'm just going to get you to hit a few with T150 in the 4 and see what we get.
Perfect.
If we have a look here, 4-iron and T100, I'm just going to ignore one of those for a second.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Makes us feel better. So 187 carry, again, one front to back, but our stronger one out there, 196 carry. And then into our T150 again.
It's a little bit higher, but they were blocky.
Yeah. Just go 2 more.
Yeah, I'd like to hit one representative, like nice one.
For me, with you hitting that ball speed number straight out of the gate, good player, you're going to find the middle of the face. I wouldn't have any objections to T1.
Yeah.
Unless you said you want that little bit more help.
It's just if it's there, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I got all of that. I'm not sure.
Pretty good miss at 133 ball, 5,000 spin, and that would actually be a really nice sign. Probably say 7 out of 10 strike, be fair.
Yeah.
And that's still getting to that 196 number with plenty of spin.
Yeah.
Up there at 5,000.
You got a small T?
Yeah.
Again, like from a fitting point of view of talking to the person that we're fitting is just we've got a couple of par 4s, a couple of par 3s.
Yeah.
Which are just over 200 yards.
Yeah.
Can play up to 220.
Yeah.
So, and they're a little downhill, so 5 wood can be a bit much.
Yeah.
So this is quite a used club. Better.
Strike.
That looks a nice high flight.
Yeah.
Landed quite soft.
Yeah. Just waiting on numbers. You've hit that 35 ball again, but coming in slightly steeper into the green. So peak height of 93 feet and that 45 number. It's incredible in 4-iron.
I think I'd take that over the 100 just in the 4-iron.
Yeah.
So big thanks to Matt here. We've just gone through the new irons and looking at a club specification for myself. Very, very similar specification wise, things working very, very well. But using the longer clubs that they have here, the T150 in my 4-iron looks to be a nice addition to my bag from the T100 before. A little bit more height, ball speed was there, spin, landing angle, the 3Ds that you spoke about, dispersion, descent and distance control was that tiny bit better with the T150 over the T100. So making my life a little bit easier when I play golf. We're now going to move forward to the two new utility irons that they have. So 3-iron potentially going into the bag. So let's have a look how that works.